So I have no idea if this is the size you're supposed to harvest. The Ronde, it's called like niche, like Nice, I think. But I have 2 of them here that seem like they should be ready. I've never grown this before. I've tried in the past, but I've never gotten them to this size. There's 1 more, actually 2 more on there that are still growing. But I'm gonna harvest these, and then I think that there's a couple more in the other bed. I'm gonna see if those are ready as well. So I have another one over here growing, but it's not as big as the ones I just harvested. This one isn't either, so I'm gonna leave them and let them continue to grow. The garden starts growing so fast once the warmer weather hits. I was just walking around and I'm looking at all the flowers that are starting to bloom, and all of the beans are like, there's beans that's already at the top of this trellis right here. Wait, oh yeah, right here. If you can see, there's beans already going over to the other side with the birds. It's a really nice day. Anyway, continuing to harvest. And I was thinking though, I didn't even plant my pumpkins. I haven't even planted my sunflowers. So maybe I can get that done today, but later today. But right now I'm trying to work on harvesting the things because I did see. So let me turn you around. So I want to go ahead and harvest this, what is this called? A cabbage. Because I planted zucchinis in this bed, so I want to go ahead and get this harvested. Ugh, those grasshoppers. Ugh, look, I'm gonna show you this. Ah, I just flicked it off. That was on one of the leaves, so I'm sure that's an egg, or oh, it's moving, never mind. Ugh, maybe that's a baby. Ugh. Maybe that was a baby grasshopper, but I'm gonna leave all of the holy. Ooh, what did I just touch? I didn't bring any scissors out here with me, so I can't cut that stem off. Maybe I could break it. I have like garden clippers, but it seems like anytime I need them, I can't find them, so I know you're probably thinking, well, it would just be good to put them back in the same spot, but I don't. Okay. And then right in this bed as well, I want to harvest this comfrey. I got this comfrey when we went to, probably give these to the pigs or the chickens. But yeah, I harvested this comfrey. I bought this comfrey. Let me bring you closer. So I bought this comfrey when we went to, where did we go? Homestead of America. And it only had like 3 leaves, but as you can see, it's gotten really, really big. I bought this, a lavender, which is still alive, as well as some other things that I can't think of. But I want to harvest some of these comfrey leaves, well, really a lot of them, because I want to dehydrate them. Comfrey is really good for skin conditions like eczema and stuff if you were to like dehydrate it and use it as a salve. So I will definitely show you guys how I do that. Eventually I do want to go ahead and split this comfrey. You can split comfrey and plant it all over. It's also really high in nitrogen, and so you can use this to feed plants. I have all of these leaves. Before I put them in my basket, I'm just going to make sure there's no bugs on them or grasshopper. We did see a lot of grasshopper babies and like the eggs, so I just want to make sure that there's none of that. I already have my dehydrator down for the season. Because hopefully we get to dehydrate lots of herbs this season. Last year I used my dehydrator to dehydrate spicy peppers, and then I made spicy pepper powder, and I still have some of those. Well, I still have probably a lot of it. It was in a 16-ounce jar. I don't remember if I talked about it, but I know I talked about making a salve with comfrey. But if you're not familiar with a salve, it's basically an herbal remedy. So a salve is like oil with whatever herb, infused in whatever herb, kind of like a tea, like you would do with like water, with tea and water. But this, you would do it with oil, and you let it sit and steep and get out all of the properties that's in the comfrey or whatever herb you're using, and then you strain it, and then you use what is it called, beeswax with the oil, and the beeswax causes it to harden, and then you can use it on your skin. So hopefully that is what, not hopefully, that is what I'm gonna do. You can also just let herbs just like hang dry if you like hung them in a knot, like upside down, and they'll dry like that. So you can see that is a drastic difference from where we started at. Whew. I did leave the ones with the flowers on, and then the ones that had yellow, I just drew them down so they'll just become mulch, living mulch. While I'm out here, I'm gonna go ahead and get these garlic scapes. On my last video, you guys said that if I harvested the scapes before they flower, that the elephant garlic would continue to grow. So that is what I'm going to do. Now that I am out here and looking, I took down this cattle panel trellis here to use it in other places, and I was going to put a net trellis here. And now that I'm looking, some of my tomatoes definitely could use the trellising, so I'll have to put that on my list of things to do. I think with the, what is it called, the squash that I just harvested, I'm going to freeze dry it and turn it, or maybe I'll grate it and then freeze dry it, because last year I did that and then I was able to use it in this past February. I did that to cucuzzi squash, and I was able to use it to make to make zucchini muffins, even though it was cucuzzi squash. So I'm guessing I could do the same with any kind of squash. Ooh. Ooh. This smells really good. It's almost like whoa, it's like a garlicky green onion. I mean, it's like a garlicky, yeah, green onion. You know, like the green onion has that green taste, but then it's garlic, so it's still got that pungent. Woo! So I didn't plant this here. This, I'm thinking, is parsnips. I planted parsnips last year. Yeah. And they didn't really do anything, but this year you can see. Sure. This one? Sure.
So you're gonna freeze dry it? Hey, look, this one looks like a carrot.
Right now, all of the sunflowers that are growing in this garden are sunflowers that reseeded themselves. And I have Jade, get out. Jade, hold on. All of the sunflowers that are in here have reseeded themselves, as well as I saw okra starting to pop up. That's okra that reseeded itself. And no, Jade, she's trying to dig in my beds.
Just like winter.
Yes. So yeah. What else reseeded itself? There's zinnias that reseeded itself. There's potatoes that reseeded itself. Beans. I'm gonna shred these parsnips as well, and which is what I did one year, but I didn't freeze dry it. I just shredded it and made parsnip muffins. I'm gonna give these leaves, I guess after I do this, I can bring these leaves over to the pigs. You guys haven't seen the pigs in forever. They've gotten so big. So I'll definitely bring you over there. Awesome. I have a basket full of produce that I need to go ahead and get preserved. We'll bring these over to the pigs. Hey Nehemiah, can you get those cucumber leaves as well? Not cucumber, cabbage leaves right there on the ground. Jade, you hot? You cooling off? Now don't drink that water. You following me? We're going to the pigs. She's following us. Over to the pigs. So the pigs are back here. Making mud holes. Oh! I don't have anything, Danny. They're like, why did you give it to the pigs? They've gotten so big already. Oh my goodness. Look at Thanos. He's huge.
You're so muddy.
You can give that to the goats. So, hey, there's eggs that's on the ground. So nice. Thanos is huge, as you can see. Okay, Jade's behind me. What'd you say?
Thanos the pig.
Thanos the pig, yes. Thanos and Scarlet. Even though I keep calling her Charlotte. Whew. It is so hot, guys. It's hot, so I'm sweating. We made it inside with the basket. Jade tripped me on the stairs and everything in the basket went tumbling over. So my husband helped me pick it back up. I'm gonna drink some ice water and I will have to see you on the next video, probably when we're preserving all of the things we just harvested.